Is that Iron Grumman? Hey, folks, we're back with the legendary Herbie Hancock. How about those kids, huh?
Oh, they blew me away. Amazing. I played a little solo, and then the young lady took over. She played a fantastic synthesizer solo. I mean,
I thought that was you for a minute.
Yeah. No, it's better than me. That's the great thing about jazz.
Yeah.
It's not about competition.
Right.
It's about people working together.
Yes.
And that's the whole spirit of why jazz fits in so well diplomatically.
Right.
And with UNESCO and the UN and exactly what real democracy is about.
Yes, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Herbie, I want to commend you for your autobiography, Possibilities.
Oh,
that was a beautiful, beautiful memoir.
Thank you.
And I had a question for you.
Oh, yeah?
In the book.
Stump me, right?
No. Never would I do such a thing.
Is it going to go after I finish now? Okay.
No, but that I will quiz you on my radio show soon. I'll give you let's see, I won't give you sports trivia. Yeah, I'll be easy on you now. But I want to ask you about your legendary sextet, the Mwandishi Band.
Oh.
And you talk in that book about how the financial pressures got really tough trying to keep that band together.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cats trying to.
Yeah, everybody thought I was crazy when I left Miles Davis's band when I said I wanted to put together a sextet.
Right.
They said, wait, you're a piano player. You only need a bass player and a drummer.
You're right.
It's much cheaper. It's not like you're going to get a lot of bucks from playing jazz,
Yeah.
And I said, no, I want that kind of sound.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I wrote this song that we actually just played, Watermelon Man, and there was some income coming in, so I was able to sustain that. And then when kind of everything, the music in the band started to go further, like out in space,
right.
further into the cutting edge, more avant-garde area. Yeah, it was. I was very fortunate that I had something that I could fall on to help pay for the expenses of the band.
Right. I always wonder that had it not been so difficult to financially sustain that band, do you think the Headhunters would have ever happened?
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
Because Headhunters, but actually, in a way, it's an excellent question, because with playing with the Mwandishi Band, after a while, I got a little tired of where everything was really untethered, and kind of floating out in space.
You needed some gravity.
I wanted something, that was more from the earth,
right.
From the roots, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was that contrast that kind of led me into doing Mwandishi.
Right.
But at the same time, when I played my solos, they were pretty far out, even though we were playing some things with grooves.
Yeah. What a great band. Now, for those of you just joining us, I am Christian McBride, your host of Jazz Night in America. We are here in DuPont Circle in Washington, D.C. with the great Herbie Hancock, talking about International Jazz Day. And you can see us on TV tonight from the White House on ABC at 8 o'clock Eastern. Maybe 5 p.m. Eastern, West Coast time. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, it's great. Primetime TV from the White House.
That's right.
International Jazz Day.
Now, please have your questions. Send in your questions for Mr. Herbie Hancock. We know you're watching us, so send us the questions. Now, Herbie, you are friends with the President and the First Lady.
Yeah, you might say so. About a year ago, I was here, and I happened to be at the White House for Kennedy Center Honors, and that was when I had the opportunity to say to President Obama, we would love to have International Jazz Day at the White House next year. And you know what he said? He said, let's make it happen.
Wow.
And here we are.
Here we are. Thank you for making that happen.
Oh, thank you.
Did you guys bond on?
I thank him too.
Yeah. Thank you, President Obama.
Yeah, and First Lady Michelle
That's
Obama.
Right. We know nothing really happens without Michelle.
Oh yeah. We're married men, so we know without the wives, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, right. It might happen, but it would happen in the wrong way.
There you go. We have our question.
Yeah.
This is from Regina. Who are the next legends to look for?
I think Regina is the next legend to look for.
Maybe so.
As long as you're a legend in your own life, right? Not just in your mind,
That's right.
But with what you do day to day, if your behavior is so important.
Yeah.
You know, because that's what spreads the good news about the best of what humanity is about.
Yes. Beautiful. Herbie, I want to ask you something about International Jazz Day. I'm going to go take a little quick curve here, but it seems like this goes hand in hand with your Buddhist philosophy.
Yeah, that's why I answered that question.
Yeah. That's such a beautiful answer. We thank you for that.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, yes, I'm a musician, but that's not all I am.
Right. That's just one small piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm somebody's son, somebody's husband.
Right.
I'm a friend. I'm a citizen. The only time I'm a musician is when I'm talking about jazz, or listening to jazz, or playing jazz, and I don't do that 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
It would be a boring life if that's all I did. It wouldn't be a life.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, and not only that, where would the music come from? What would it express if I actually didn't live as a human being?
That's correct.
So the most important thing is get your humanity together. And that's what Buddhism really talks about.
And that's what you've been so great at doing all of these years, is you can see all of these people surrounding us, getting a little taste of what's happening here.
Yeah.
We have some more questions coming in.
I'm just trying to think, that the other way to look at that question that Regina asked about legends. I mean, I'm listening to students from Duke Ellington School.
Yeah.
I mean, these may be the next legends of tomorrow.
Yeah. We have a question from Joe. Joe asks, do you listen to Latin music?
Yes, sometimes.
Yeah.
I listen to different kinds of music at different times. Yeah.
You told that great story when we were together on Elvis Costello's show.
Well, let me just tell you, if I hadn't listened to Latin music, the song we played, Watermelon Man.
That's right.
Probably would not have happened in the way that it did, because the great Cuban legend Mongo Santa Maria recorded the song. It became a huge top 10 hit. I mean, I had recorded it before that, but I had the opportunity to work with Mongo Santa Maria, and it just fit so well into what Mongo said was a Guajira groove, that it was like a glove fitting a hand.
Yeah.
Not the one that O.J. Simpson had. But
if it don't fit, love to quit.
but we're not gonna even go in that direction.
No, we're not going there.
But I mean, absolutely, I listen to Latin music.
Yeah.
I listen to different kinds of music.
Sure. We have another question. This one is from Zach. Advice to composers moving to New York City. Where are you moving from?
Advice to composers moving to New York City: compose yourself.
Woo.
That's
there you go.
Thing to do.
Compose yourself. Dig that.
Whether you're going to New York or whether you're going to Oshkosh, Wisconsin.
Right.
Really, that's what you do. It's inscribe the story of your own life with the way you are.
Do you remember your first night being in New York from Chicago?
Oh, yeah. Show you how stupid I was. I flew it was LaGuardia Airport at the time, and I was flying from Chicago. I flew in LaGuardia. I got off the plane, and I took my luggage, got on a bus, a city bus. Bus driver thought I was crazy, and then I went actually a hotel that was right on between Broadway and 8th Avenue.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of the hotel right now, but it was like the Jazz Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Right around the corner from Birdland.
Okay.
Teresa Hotel.
Oh,
no, not Teresa.
No, that was in Harlem.
Right, exactly. Teresa Hotel's in Harlem. I can't remember right now, but anyway, I went to that hotel, and all I did was I looked outside and I looked. I'm in New York. I'm from Chicago.
Right. That's a big city.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We call it Second City.
Second City, right. Wow.
And being in New York and being around the corner from Birdland at that time was really exciting. I didn't know that it wasn't long after that I had a chance to actually play it in Birdland. So it was exciting.
Well,
now it's back.
Yeah, it's back. That's right. Well, now, funny you would mention that because we have our last question because we're going to let you go. Yeah. Do we know who this is from? The question is, what was it like working with Francis Wolff and Alfred Lion at Blue Note?
Oh, it was fantastic. Oh, no, I love those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Because they had just, first of all, a heart that was fully open for jazz.
Yeah.
I mean, they really loved jazz. I mean, they had come over from Germany, I guess, in the late 30s. Mm-hmm. They had escaped Hitler.
Right.
And they established Blue Note Records, you know, the oldest jazz label.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that were, you know, looking out for young musicians, you know, the young lions, so to speak. And they found me actually through Donald Byrd, who was on their label.
Right.
But they had the great ability to be able to spot when the groove was right. Let me tell you about Francis Wolff. Right, Frank, we call him Frank Wolff, right? He was funny. Like, he wasn't a great dancer, right? But and Frank always had a camera on him, right? So when we knew the take was right, when we heard the playback, Frank started doing like this.
Oh, really?
Once Frank started bouncing, we knew that was the take.
I didn't know he had a little...
Frank was the barometer.
Ah, I didn't know that.
Right. Exactly. Wow. It was great. You know, the other thing is that when I joined that label, and I was going to do my first record, the way it worked, I would have to go in and play the songs I was going to record.
Oh, yeah.
And so the story which Donald Byrd told me is when you're going to make a jazz record, half the record is for yourself, half is for the label. And I said, what does that mean? They said, well, half of it can be your tunes, your compositions. The other half has to be a standard or blues or something that people are familiar with. Yeah. Because, you know, people will buy records that have something they're familiar with, but they're not familiar with your compositions. I started thinking about Horace Silver. I said, he writes great compositions, right? And people, so I started thinking, what is it that is appealing to people about his music? And I said, his stuff is pretty funky, got the groove, right? So I said, wait, I'm from Chicago. If I can't make a groove, then I'm going to give my keys back to the city. Right?
And then Watermelon Man was
Watermelon Man came out of that.
And the rest is history.
Yeah, and so they heard the first 3 tunes that I wrote. I went to their office one day, played them. And then one of the songs I played was Watermelon Man.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, tomorrow I'll bring in a blues and a rhythm tune and a standard. They said, why don't you bring in 3 more originals? And I was shocked because I was a new artist at the label. They're going to let all the compositions be mine? Well, they heard Watermelon Man.
Yeah. They knew that was going to be the hit.
They had an inkling that was going to...
Well, their instincts were correct.
Yeah, it worked.
Because you are now one of the greatest living legends of this world.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I thank you so much for joining me this morning.
My pleasure.
And all of our viewers, thank you for all of the inspiration you've given us through the years.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Great Herbie Hancock, everybody.
Thank you.
And remember to watch us tonight on ABC at 8 o'clock from the White House, celebrating International Jazz Day. And it's going to be a big, good party.
Right. It's a party.
That's right. I'm your host, Christian McBride from Jazz Night in America. Follow NPR Music and Jazz Night in America on Facebook and Twitter. And I will see you soon. Peace.
Peace. Great.